This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hello everyone. Welcome on in to the Dreamlight Valley Collab tours. And first up we have The Princess and the Frog. And this was created by LostTimeMachine. It's Tiana. She's the character from The Princess and the Frog. And look at her. Isn't she amazing? She is gorgeous. I love her old-timey feel and just how perfectly perfect she looks compared to the character. I thought LostTimeMachine did an amazing job just making her look like the character, and that's not an easy thing to do. So well done to LostTimeMachine. This collab is all about taking inspiration from Dreamlight Valley, the game, and bringing it to life in The Sims 4. And you know what? That's not an easy thing to do at all. So, you take an inspiration, and when you have completely different assets to work with in terms of build items and CAS items and, all of those things, then what is actually, you see what you have in the Disney Dreamlight Valley, and then you see what you have in The Sims 4, and these are completely different things. So, being able to take a person or a house from the game and turn it into something is pretty outstanding. So this is Tiana, my adaptation of Tiana from Dreamlight Valley. This was surprisingly difficult and not completely satisfied with how she turned out. Honestly, LostTimeMachine, I thought you did an amazing job, so thank you so much. I thought you looked gorgeous. That takes us through to Tiana's house, which was also created by LostTimeMachine. There we go. Let's have a look at this stunner. Is you can sort of see the house there up in the corner, and that was the inspiration, and then how it turned out. I thought this house looked so much like the like the inspiration. So absolutely outstanding job. It's got that sort of swampy bayou New Orleans kind of feel to it. You can sort of see that there with the trees and and how they all sort of came out. So I was pretty wowed by it all. I thought that was just like looks so much like it. And honestly, it's really not an easy thing to do to recreate things like this where, as I said, you've got, certain items that, you can see in Dreamlight Valley. You just don't have them in The Sims. So you've got to get really creative with that. And plus, not to mention that, but, not to mention that, but also to mention the fact that when it comes to Dreamlight Valley, I love this porch work, by the way. Just like the little seats on the porch, the spandrels, the columns, the choice of the, fencing and everything like that just looks so perfect with this house. And the little chimney off to the side just so matches it in. But yeah, there's a certain point where you kind of just have to go off book. Because in Dreamlight Valley, when you go into the houses, you've kind of got a room, and it might be like a study or a living room or something like that that kind of reflects the character, but you don't have bedrooms, you don't have bathrooms. And so you've got a real limited kind of look at what's in these houses and what you can do with them. So you kind of got a jumping off point, and then you just kind of have to jump. And you just kind of have to get creative with it. I love this little outdoor area and the way that archway's been done, like the back-to-back kind of mirroring effect there with the table underneath. I thought that was a really cute little entertaining area. And then the froggies here. Now you will see little froggies all throughout this build, and I thought that was such an adorable touch because Tiana is the princess from The Princess and the Frog, I believe. From what I know of Tiana, that's what she's from. So, the little touch of the frogs around the place I thought was utterly adorable, and such an adorable little nod to the was it a movie or a TV show? Either or. And then you get inside and look at this beautiful kind of parlor. I want to call it a parlor. I don't want to call it a living room. I want to call this a parlor because you've got they're just such a old world feel to this. Like it's a 19 sort of 20s, I don't know, maybe late 1800s maybe parlor. You've got like the tassels, you've got the heavy furnishings, like the beautiful mirrors around the place. It feels like really rich and luxe and yeah, beautiful. Like, you have friends over for, to entertain, and you'll play the piano and you'll sing a song, and like the little nod to the frog on the piano is great. And then you head up here and you can see the frog up on the wall as well. Like, it's just like, little touches of frogginess. It's so adorable. But it doesn't take you sort of out of the out of the mood of the house and how stunning it actually is in terms of the decoration on the interior. Like you can tell it's so thoughtfully done. Hi, Tiana. She's enjoying her house, big smile on her face. And then this is the bedroom. So this is a one bedroom, one bathroom home. And I feel like the choice of the dark green was absolutely inspired. Lovely choice for Tiana. She does have a green theme to her, so I feel like that makes sense with her. But it's a lovely choice of bed. And then another little few nods to the frogs there. There's frog decals on the wall. There's a frog mat there. And again, just getting the really good choice with the plumbing in terms of like the styling of it. I thought that was really nice. And then, now Tiana is very much known for her cooking. And this is the heart of her home. So Tiana can get in here and she can cook up a storm and she can, make the hearts of those around her happy with her beautiful, lovely dishes. So I feel like this was such a good room for her to be able to cook up a storm in, you know? I thought that was really cool. So lovely room, and again, just going into the green theme, which just suited her absolutely perfectly. Beautiful is what I was trying to say. I was trying to say beautiful and gorgeous all together at the same time, and it came out very badly. So my my take on Tiana's house for the Disney Dreamlight Collab, I took some liberties in adapting it for The Sims, but I think it maintains the same biochar while still giving her enough space to cook up a storm. And this is Tiana's house, and it's created by LostTimeMachine. Thank you so much. That was absolutely gorgeous. Moving on to the next area that we're going to in the Disney realm, and it's the Haunted Mansion. And this is Constance Hatchaway, created by KalamityRaine. So Constance is the character that's going to be living in the Haunted Mansion. She's definitely got a little bit of a backstory to her. I feel like, she died of a broken heart. She's a love bug. She's romantic, and she's got a soulmate aspiration. So, yeah. I just kind of have this feeling that she's out for revenge. I don't know why. I just really do. It might be the fact that she's got a surname Hatchaway. It just makes me think Hatchet, and then it just takes me down a dark path. And she is a ghost. She might have a little bit of anger in her. As I said, she did die of a broken heart, the poor woman. So yeah, but I thought the styling of her with the old sort of style clothing just worked out beautifully. So yeah, absolutely beautiful styling on her, and she looks just exactly like she should be living in this house. Say hello to CH Bride, my character creation for the DDV collab based on Constance Hatchaway. I took inspiration from the Florida lot, the comics, animation, and movies, and added a bit of my own imagination in for fun for a house, 1313 Esplanade Street, which is also in my gallery. No CC, have a frightfully good visit, and be sure to haunt all the other creators using hashtag DDV collab. Thank you, CalamityRaine. She came out looking fantastic, which then takes us through to the Haunted Mansion, which was also created by CalamityRaine. And this house is utterly stunning. Look at that. Yeah, wow. Just the way it's kind of put together, the spandrels and the columns and the fencing. I mean, they just add this beautiful decorative effect to the outside of the house. And then you kind of have the different layers as well, which I really love. So you kind of got the two bottom floors, moving up to a smaller, squarer top floor. And then you've kind of got the little tower at the back, the chimneys, the way that it's all been styled just fits, I think, very perfectly with the New Orleans kind of feel. And then you kind of get round to the side and you see all these graves and you're like, this is interesting and a little scary. Ooh, I wonder what's been happening here, the history of this place. There's definitely a history to this place. I mean, I love that fountain, like in the seating area. You've got kind of the glowing well there. I love the shot of coming through the trees into this beautiful house. It's like so beautifully old school. It's stunning. Look at the flooring in this room. So, Calamity's done some beautiful custom flooring here. And the whole style of this build, in each of the rooms, I feel like there's just like this little touch of supernatural, like the little gnome in the corner there. Very creepy. And then like you've got this beautiful muted lighting and kind of like browns everywhere. And it's just like brown on brown on brown. But there's something so lush and luxe and gorgeous about that. It's like a richness to that. When you sort of look at the wood on the wood on the wood, and yeah, it just feels very rich. And then you have this beautiful, spacious kitchen, like a big double kitchen. You could really feed a whole lot of people in this kitchen, which I think is the idea behind it because, there is a very large entertainment space that we'll be looking at, and you would be having a lot of guests in through here. So the fact that you've got a large kitchen to feed all the guests, and again, like this, the little scary touch with the spectre on the table, in each of the rooms, there's just something like that, which I think is really cool. So this is the entertainment area, and what I'm going to say is the ballroom. You've got the dining table, which I think is, going to be great for hosting the dinners and that. And then you sort of look up and look at the ceiling and the different layers going up and how that's kind of been done. I thought that was really cool with the different layers. And then, if you caught it, there was Constance. She was wanting the, what's it called? I always forget the name of them. I know it's not a piano, it's a pipe organ. I don't know why I struggle with that, but I do. Anyway, every time. So yeah, again, just like the brown on the brown on the brown with the wood, the wood, the wood, and like fireplaces everywhere. And that made sense to me because there was there was 4 chimneys on the roof, and it all just sort of made sense. And a picture of Lab with the claws through it. So this is heading up onto the second floor, and this is the first of the bedrooms. And this is definitely a master suite style bedroom. It's large. You've got lots of fabulous furniture. The paranormal style TV crackling away there. It's just like, ee. And I love just all the furnishings, like the little globe bar in the corner, and again the fireplace, and just how gorgeous and luxe, like the heavy drapery as well, just gorgeous. And this was the ensuite to this bedroom. Absolutely stunning. I love the choice of using the glass wall to divide that shower, and the flooring was absolutely stunning. And then you get a walk-in wardrobe as well, all custom made, by the way. So, there's a lot of work done into that walk-in wardrobe in terms of making it, something individual, which I thought was absolutely very cool. We had a couple of these bathrooms here, just sort of like the guest bathrooms dotted about the house. I think in total there was about 5 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, 7 bathrooms. This is my favorite bedroom, the purple room. It's just this little splash of color in what has been, a little bit of a darker toned home. And it just stands out, but there's like little paranormal things all over the place in this room, which I thought was really cool. And then we got to get to my very favorite part of the room, which is just you kind of, you're kind of looking around the room, and then you look up, and it's like, oh, wow, look at that starry sky. Isn't that gorgeous? And then that had an ensuite, which is this little bathroom right here. Beautiful bath, and I love the pictures on the wall. And again, just using the glass wall as the divider there on the side, I thought that was perfect. And a walk-in wardrobe as well. But this time it gets an ottoman, which I thought was really cool. A little pop of colour in there, which matches the room because the room had those little pops of colour with the purple. So it made sense to me. Then we're headed out into the landing on the second floor. So there's like lots of beautiful paintings around the place, and we've got the piano, lots of seating. The paintings really do add to the mood of this landing area, which I thought was really cool. It's just kind of feels a little gloomy in places, with the sad lady, and then you've got Vlad standing there, and things like that. So is that Vlad? I feel like it's Vlad. And then like the little pictures everywhere. Just using that dark on dark aesthetic, but it really does work for this home. It just really makes it look so lush and luxe and beautiful. Then we headed up to the 3rd floor. So this is a landing on the 3rd floor, and I feel like we're about to get a little visit from Constance. Hey Constance, how are you? She's had a sleep somewhere. And that takes us into the less luxe bedrooms, but I feel like these are more guest bedrooms, but they're still really nice. I love the teal on the wall in this room. I thought that was a beautiful choice mixed with the brown. And then that had like a little guest bathroom off to the side, again, just bringing that little touch of teal. And then the flickering lights, woo, in the bedroom here. So going into a dusky pink, and I love that bed choice for this room. I thought that was absolutely gorgeous, and again with the TV. creepy throughout. And then that had a little ensuite as well, which I thought was gorgeous. Then we have this very large study slash hobby room. Lots of little supernatural elements in this room. We have like the glowing part of the desk. We had the raven, which is flowing off. And then there was like the seance table and the crystal balls and the hand. And yeah, it's just like definitely got those little supernatural elements. So you look at the fireplace and there's like a little spectre and a ghost. It's like, boo. Running through there, which I thought was really cool. And I love the choice of curtains in this room as well, with the touch of, you know, like the lace on the edge of it. I thought that was really good. And also the mouse. Oh, hi, Mousy. Then there was this little double single room off to the side. This almost feels like, I think you could utilize this either as a kid's room or as a servant's room, depending on how you wanted to kind of go with it. It looks more like a kid's room to me, but there isn't like, you know, a lot of toys in there. So I think you go both directions with that one. And then a little ensuite there. And then we've got a laundry room as well. So, you know, you got to take care of the laundry business. That is the fabulous Haunted Mansion. I thought KalamityRaine did an amazing job with this. It's on the gallery, 1313 Esplanade Street. It has a few lot traits and a lot challenge attached to it as well. So it's got the spooky lot challenge. And welcome to the Haunted Mansion, my creation for the DDV collab. I took inspiration from the Florida lot, the comics, animations, and movies, and added a bit of my own imagination in for fun. No CC, no tool, in-game BBB used. Don't forget our resident ghost, CH Bride, who's available in my gallery as well. Have a frightfully good time and be sure to visit all the creators using the hashtag DDV collab. And next we're moving into the world of Up. And this is the Up family created by RainbowCatMom. Look at Carl. He's gloomy, he's a loner, and he's wise. He sure is. I feel like he really does capture the vibe of Carl Fredricksen. I love the bow tie, and the bow tie is kind of a theme throughout this family, which I absolutely love. Just like that little touch is a running theme throughout. I also feel like the Golden Years kit really did play a nice hand in creating Carl. That was a really good kit for him. I feel like there's a couple of outfits there that just really worked in terms of styling and everything like that. You know, like the polo shirt tucked into his shorts, and he's wearing socks. You know, little touches like that really brought Carl to life. And then you have Russell here. Sweet little Russell. He's a little bit of a goofball, likes to run around, have some fun. And his colour theme is definitely yellow. He's got a lot of, you know, yellow bits and pieces on. And again, just a little bow tie. As I said, it's the cute little touch that ties the family together, I think, thematically. It's just like the bow tie. I wouldn't have thought to do that, but it worked so well between the three of them. So, yeah, worked a treat. And I loved his little yellow outfits. It's not always easy to get, you know, a theme running with the kids because, you know, we don't have maybe as many clothes as we could do for the kids. So, yeah, sometimes I feel like the themes are a little harder. And then you have the cute little Doug who's friendly, a sleuth, and vocal. And look at him. He's wearing the bow tie. I did tell you the bow tie was going to tie into it all. See? The bow tie tied it all together. Get it? He's a golden retriever, and he is utterly adorable. He's a good boy, too. Look at him. He's a sweetheart. And I thought this family was utterly gorgeous and such a cool addition. So this is Carl, Russell, and Doug from the Disney Pixar movie Up for VelvettB's Disney Dreamlight Valley Collab. And it was by RainbowCatMom. So thank you, Rainbow, for these adorables because, yeah, they're a great little family. That brings us to Carl's house. And that was created by RainbowCatMom as well. And Carl's house is the house from Up. You can see this in Dreamlight Valley, which I think is cool. And a look at that with the balloons coming out of the chimney, the colours of the house, the little sharp roofs, and just like the yellows and the pinks and the greens. A little bit of like, you know, little touches of the landscaping around the outside are very cute. I love them, the mismatched colours around, and just the fact that, you know, you have the thin clapboard, you have the wider clapboard, you have the kind of the scaly effect as well. on the shingles, and I think that's a really cool look for the house, and the different colors on the windows as well. It's really adorable. And the scout board for Russell, of course. You know, Russell's got to have a scout board. I could see him being a very avid scout. I really could. All right, let's go take a look on the inside with good old Carl. Thank you for taking us in, Carl. Oh, look, Doug's in the kitchen. It is such a cute little kitchen as well, with the little touches for Doug the dog, the dog, and the blues and the creams. And it's all just working so beautifully together. Such a homey feel. It really is such a homey feel. This room. You know, there's not heaps. Oh, look at the board on the clutter boards on the wall. I thought that was cool. And then that takes us through to the living room. You can see Carl there's been avidly reading, but this feels so realistic to me. Like the dial, realistically old school. You know, you got the dial telephone there, you've got the gramophone, you've got the dog barking at the pictures, because of course. But you kind of got pictures all over the wall, you got the books, and it just feels really comfortable and lived in, and like, you know, he's lived there for a long time. It really does feel like that. Like, you know, this is a home. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. This feels like a home. And I think for this character particularly, I mean, I feel like that really makes a lot of sense, to have it feel like it is cluttered and lived in, and like they've been there for a long time. And this is heading into the upstairs area. And then we've got the bathroom. Simple, but does the job nicely. And then heading into Carl's bedroom with the beautiful, I don't know, sort of cozy bed. I really like the quilt on there. I think that's adorable and really does suit him. And then you have the dresser, got little bits of clutter on there. The world map on the wall. Absolutely perfect. Such a good idea to have that on there. And it fits with his character. I feel like to have that there. Then through the pink door, it's like a nursery. And it's like halfway through being painted, which is kind of sad. So this is Carl's house from the Disney Pixar movie Up, built for Velvet's Disney Dreamlight Valley Collab, and it was created by RainbowCatMom. And it's called Carl's House. Up in the gallery. You can catch it there. Next, we venture into the world of Aladdin, and we're going to check out Aladdin and Jasmin, who was created by PrettyPoisonStef. Look at our handsome Aladdin prince. Woof, he's looking good. Also, I love the fact that Pretty Poison managed to really capture that Middle Eastern sort of style with him, which I thought was really cool. Those pants, I mean, how perfect are the pants? And then we have the vest and the shirt, and yeah, I thought this was such a perfect combo for him stylistically. And then like his formal wear here with the almost like a tunic sort of style. I thought that was fantastic as well. So really amazing choices for Aladdin. You know, there's only so much you can do without with what we have in The Sims. So I thought Steph, Pretty Poison, did a really good job of choosing these pieces, and actually stylistically just really digging into the vibe of Aladdin. I thought they were fantastic. I love that jumper on him. I thought that was really nice. And then we have his love, his beautiful Princess Jasmin. Isn't she gorgeous? I thought this outfit was just absolutely stunning. I love the headband, the earrings, and the heavy gold sort of jewelry, which really does suit her style. And then like those beautiful decorated pants there with the top. I thought that was really adorable. I loved also this formal wear. I thought that was gorgeous on her, and just the choice of the pants and the top here just kind of reflected what her everyday wear was as well. So yeah, I thought the choices were really amazing. I love this, love this outfit. I thought that was stunning. The party wear outfit, oh, that was my chef's kiss favorite, because I thought that was absolutely gorgeous on Jasmin. But she looked beautiful through and through. And the scarf that she's wearing here with her winter wear was actually such a really good choice too. I thought that was amazing. So this is Aladdin and Jasmin up on the gallery, PrettyPoisonStef, and also Speedcast on YouTube as well. So go check that out if you've got the chance. A few packs, but they're absolutely a gorgeous couple together. And they're so in love. They really are. And then that takes us through to their house. So this is the Desert Palace, and that was also created by PrettyPoisonStef. And look at that. Isn't that absolutely stunning? Like, the way that she did the roofing, Oh my gosh, so creative. And when you look at the little inspiration, I mean, it just feels like so spot on, considering the fact that we just don't have the items here in The Sims. And it really is quite a challenge to try and recreate these houses. The fact that she managed to get that happening with the roof is pretty amazing to me. I loved that fountain in the front there. It was such a beautiful sort of entryway, kind of like, beautiful, wealthy styling kind of thing going on in the desert. Also the meditation and the yoga and the telescope up there, and then takes you down to a cute little easel area as well, looking out over the greenery. I thought those were all really good and great for a practical home for Sims as well, because you want to have a bit of skill building going on in your home as well, which I think is really cool. And something you may not have noticed, but this house or this palace is kind of built in it feels like an oasis to me. So it has all of this greenery, like this loop of greenery all around it on either side. And it just really does feel like it's this desert palace that's just been built in the middle of this wonderful oasis of greenery and all the greenery around the water absolutely makes sense in a desert setting, doesn't it? And then we've got like a cute little area here for seating, and we've got some chests going on up there. But I feel like the Courtyard Oasis kit has really paid off using that here, just with the beautiful stylings on the exterior of the build. And then we have the fire pit and some blankets and another fire pit there. So lots of entertaining opportunities, I think, around the palace and lots of things to do, which I think is awesome. So then let's follow Aladdin right into the house and check what is going on in the inside. Ouch. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Hey Aladdin, how you doing? I love already like all the patterns and stuff coming through this. The rugs everywhere. I think when we go through to this next room, you can really see how the rugs have kind of been stacked around the place. On top of this beautiful flooring. Like it's an utterly stunning flooring, I think, here. And that's from the Courtyard Oasis kit. It's gorgeous. I just find it challenging to use because it's so patterned, but then you see it in a house or in a palace, sorry, like this, and you're just like, wow, it's so good. It's so pretty. And just like all the stylings, using all of these little items that just work so well together, and they're from different packs. And it just somehow all works so nicely together, and the different colors all around the place. Like it's very mismatched, but at the same time, it's coordinated, if that makes sense, just because it all sort of works together. And I feel like that's because Pretty Poison has used like a base of green around the place and then just brought in different tones of green or things that work with green around the place. And I feel like that's really worked beautifully to create, a cohesive look without it, still mismatched but cohesive at the same time. And this kitchen is utterly stunning. Look at all the cluttering in here. What a gorgeous job with all the cluttering. I love like the stacked rugs um under the table as well there, and just yeah, all the beautiful cluttering running through the kitchen. I just love the way it was laid out, and like the way the lighting's been done. You've got the lanterns around the place, and just how stunning that looks on the inside of the game. Then it takes you through to one of my favorite rooms in the house, which is this music slash hobby room area. You kind of got like an apothecary area, and then you've got like your piano and your guitars and things like that. And I think it's such a gorgeous little room, and so fitting, I feel like, for this palace. In the downstairs bathroom, look at this. You've got this gorgeous teal running through. It is beautiful. I love this bathroom, and like the little seat with the magazine on it, just perfect. Then heading up to our second level, we've got the beaded curtains over the doorways, and I love that effect. I think it looks fantastic in this palace. It just really suits the vibe, and yeah, again, just stacking up those rugs. We've got the beautiful flooring and the lovely Middle Eastern style furnishings as well. Gorgeous. Look at this beautiful dark red bed, utterly stunning, and then matching that with those beautiful lamps in the side tables, just stunning, just pops of color everywhere. Oh, look at the little nursery. It's got the little decals on the wall. It's the dark green. Oh, that's stunning. Like the little toys and everything everywhere. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, and this is my favorite bedroom. I just love the yellow, and I loved the pink, and I loved that bed swatch. I thought they were all utterly gorgeous. I liked all of the bedrooms, but this was my very, very favorite. And then down along the side, there's actually a little storage slash dressing room area, which I thought was such a cool idea. It looks like this little cluttered space full of, the extra clothes and the makeup and, bits and pieces. And it works a treat in that house to have that sort of room, I feel like. And then this is a stunning bathroom. Look at this bathroom. It's just like using the Enchanted by Nature shower and bath and like all the little bits of clutter, the beautiful blue, the way the lighting's been done, the stacked rugs. I mean, it's just stunning. That's the floor plan there for our beautiful desert palace. It is a really lovely, lovely space. I'm going to say it's 3 bedrooms and it's definitely 2 bathrooms, not 1 bathroom. So 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and this is built on the Affluista Mansion lot in Oasis Springs, and it's by PrettyPoisonStef. Thank you, Steph. That was gorgeous. Which then leaves us on to Beauty and the Beast. And we're going to take a look at Gaston, created by RainbowCatMom. And this is our lovely Gaston. Look at those blue, blue eyes. I feel like he's going to be in for trouble. I love his combo here. Now, we're not going to see, like, some of his outfits are this outfit here. So there won't be outfits for every kind of outfit here. But, I mean, this fits him so perfectly that it makes sense to have that as more than one outfit. So this is his sleepwear here. And then that moves him into his swimwear. He's definitely showing off his physique, I feel like. And then that takes us through to his winter wear as well. So that's him snuggled up in his winter gear. And that beautiful Gaston is by RainbowCatMom Gaston from Disney's Beauty and the Beast. He's definitely got a little hint of trouble in him, doesn't he? I feel like he's up to no good, that guy. But thank you, Rainbow. He is fabulous. Just a few packs, easy to get in the game. Next, that takes us on to Gaston's house, also created by RainbowCatMom. And this is this fantastic house right here. Oh my gosh, it looks absolutely perfect in Windenburg, which is the area that it is located. Let me just check what lot that's on. So that is on, where are we? Gaston's house is on the rustic residence in Windenburg. So that's absolutely perfectly there. I love that. And Gaston is having a lot of fun playing in that beautiful pond. I love the way that pond's been done, just how it's ringed in that lovely rock. That is debug rock, by the way. If you're wondering where that comes from, it's a little bit of debug rock, but it just rings that pond perfectly, and obviously it's accessible for a little bit of splashing in. And I love that we get like a little peekaboo into Gaston's house on the top level. It's like, look in this window, a little bit of peekaboo. So then that comes around to the side of the house. I love the way that the roofing's been done and just how rustically perfect it is. I feel like it just feels, quite old style, and it is actually, like it's a functional olden times kind of lot, with the well and the wood pile and the fire and the bales of hay and everything like that. And then we come inside. So what have we got in Gaston's house? Well, weaponry. There is weaponry, there are dead animals, there are whittled animal statues. It's just like this guy, he likes hunting and he likes showing off about the hunting and he likes to be masculine. And I feel like that's really reflected in the house, which I think is absolutely awesome. I mean, you can look at this house and really get a reflection of what kind of character lives in it, and I think that's really cool. So Rainbow has done a wonderful job with just creating this vibe for Gaston. I mean, we've got his storage, he's got his mirror and his wardrobe there as well, and then just more dead things above his bed. Like, it all feels very masculine, and I like to hunt. That's exactly what it is. And the bucket by the bed, oh my gosh. Absolutely perfect. Cute little bathroom doing exactly what it should be doing, being functional. And then that's our build. Absolutely lovely. I thought that was fantastic. Thank you, Rainbow, for Gaston's house. It's perfectly done and I loved that a lot. It's a great blend between Sims and Disney. That leaves us on to Wreck-It Ralph. Woohoo! So Wreck-It Ralph, this is Vanelope, and she was created by DivanTheSimmer. And she's only got the one outfit, but she has got one adorable outfit. And oh my gosh, she looks so much like Vanelope. It's just like, wow. She is such a little cutie, that Vanelope. I feel like, maybe a little bit mischievous. But I feel like Divan did an amazing job with Vanelope von Schweetz. Got that perfect vibe for Vanelope, and only 2 packs as well. So very easy to download and add to your game if you're so inclined. But thank you, DivanTheSimmer. Absolutely great job with Vanelope. So thank you. And then that takes us to Vanelope's house, which was created by JSim_lady. Thank you, JSim. And look at this. Isn't it adorable? Now, Vanelope's house is not easy to recreate in The Sims by any stretch of the imagination. And I feel like this really does capture the vibe of the house. The chocolate roof and the pink walls and the balloons everywhere. Isn't that just perfect for Vanelope? I feel like it is anyway. And you know what? It actually feels to me like the balloons have been used around the side of the house. Like instead of, plants and flowers in the garden, it's balloons instead. Isn't that such a cool idea? I love the idea of that. So instead of like growing plants and stuff out of the ground, it's balloons. And I thought that was absolutely wonderful. Such a cool idea. And the use of the pink the sort of that shingles on the outside is gorgeous. Also the confetti going up the path, again, such a cool idea, and the little lights on the wall. And then you come inside and you get that Vanelope vibe. I feel like Vanelope, when I think about Vanelope, I'm thinking gamer girl, I'm thinking bright colors, I'm thinking pinks and pastels as well, and sweets. That's sort of the vibe I get for Vanelope. And I mean, I see it through and through and through this house. There's like the cookie jar, the sweet bowl. We've got the gaming, wallpaper, not wallpaper, posters and console controllers. And look, the sweets that she's making there in the confectionery maker. She was actually doing that throughout the tours, which I thought was fantastic. And how cute is this kitchen with the yellows and the pinks and the purples on the walls? It is adorable. And then we go into this little study/living room area, and the neon, the balloons again everywhere. I just love that theme with the balloons and just the brightness and the cuteness of it all. It's just absolutely perfect for Vanelope. And I love that sort of space there. So cute. I've got like this bathroom again, the purples and the pinks and the blues, which is the sort of the colors running through. And I love that there was like a little lolly rug going in there, and again, just like more sweets in that room. And then going into her bedroom, look at this pastel pop bed. Isn't it perfect for Vanelope? I thought it was absolutely gorgeous for her. So I loved that room, and just how well it suited her. But this is my favorite room because it was just very Vanelope. It's a gamer room. She's got her own couch, she's got her own console and TV, and look, her own arcade machine there. How awesome is that for Vanelope? Love it. And then this is her second bathroom here. So it's 1 bedroom, 2 bathrooms in this house. And absolutely perfect for this young lady. I think she got a treat. And again, we've got that cute little rug there with the lollies on it. So cute. I think that's just perfect for her house as well. JSim_lady. JSim, you did an amazing job. This is up on the gallery called Inspired by Vanelope. And inspired by Vanelope's house in Disney Dreamlight Valley, JSim lady. Thank you very much for that. Next up, we have The Little Mermaid. And we have Ariel. And she was created by NonnyMip. Let's take a look at Ariel. Ooh, isn't she pretty? She's such a little princess as well. She's a child of the ocean, a kleptomaniac, which I found was funny and a romantic. But isn't she gorgeous with those big blue eyes and the red lips? I love the blue and white on her. I think that's absolutely gorgeous. So a great choice. But then, poof, look at her. She's a mermaid. Oh my gosh, we know her secret. But the fact that Nonny's used that sort of that plasticky sort of skin texture, that shiny skin texture, just really works, I feel like, for Ariel. It gives her like I don't know, there's just almost a mystical kind of shine. Like there's something more to her. Like she's this beautiful lady, but then, you just feel like there's something more going on there. She almost glistens. But I thought that the outfit choices were absolutely beautiful here. Just really suited her as a Disney princess, but giving her hints to obviously her origins as a mermaid as well, which I thought was really fantastic. So beautiful little outfits there. The blue was just perfect on her with that deep red hair. I thought that was lovely. And that's The Little Mermaid by NonnyMip, a sim version of the Disney Princess Ariel made for the DDV collab. Isn't that pretty? So thank you very much, Nonny, for that. I thought you did an amazing job of creating Ariel in the game. She's so iconic, and I thought you did such a great job of just making her come to life. Well done. But that leads us to the next build, which is Ariel's Castle, and also created by NonnyMip. Look at this. Isn't that cool? Like that, I don't know what that item is exactly, but it's been used to great effect around the back just to create the, I guess, the idea that this palace is on a sandy, like an underwater kind of reef. That's the vibe I got, that this was just sitting on an underwater reef, and yeah, just sort of sitting in there. And it's got the pretty plants running around the outside, those little tentacle plants, which I imagine would glow at night time and look really cool outside the build as well. And they have like a under the sea kind of vibe about them, which I think is really awesome. I love the bright yellow on the outside of the build as well. So yeah, that's going to glow at night time and look absolutely amazing. But just like the whole under the sea vibe of it is absolutely perfect for Ariel's castle. So I thought that was really cool. And then you come inside and wow, just the lighting, the glowy things, the little pools there in the corner with the like the purple lights and everything, and the red water. I thought that was awesome. But yeah, like the little glowy parts, like the mushrooms and the mushroom seats, a little TV and a piano there, which I thought was sweet. I really like the idea of the stone walls as well. Just because the idea of, it's kind of made out of the rocks from under the ocean, and like another little pool area, because you're going to need pool areas when you've got a mermaid in the house. So that makes a lot of sense to me, to have like some really nice pool areas so they can, lie in there and just like have a nice sleep, because that's like their bedroom, right? Being able to sleep in the water. But all the beautiful glowy things, and the fact that the lighting is got like a purpley blue glow to it, that just gives it like this mystical, cavernous, underwater cavern vibe, which I think is really cool. And like the little bits of glowing lights around the place, the pretty mystical things here, like in the kitchen, like using those balloons, but they kind of look like an underwater, buoy with the lights around it, which I think is cool. And then coming in here, it's like a underwater garden in here, which I think is fantastic. You've got all the glowy kind of mystically supernaturalish kind of plants. I love those lights from Enchanted by Nature winding up the wall as well. I thought they were really cool. And then like the mushroom shells and all the little bits and pieces here with the woodworking table and the easel and the fishing items. Then heading upstairs, we're off into Ariel's bedroom, and look at this with the purple and the blue. Honestly, it's just stunning. And it's that underwater cavern vibe, which I'm really digging with this. It's such a great choice for the bed as well. Beautiful. And that light is just so perfect for it too. So such a gorgeous little bedroom for Ariel. I feel like she would absolutely love this. And then just around the corner, in an open bathroom, you come around here, and it's just using the Enchanted by Nature items very well. So you've got the bath and the sink and the toilet as well. So, all those necessities. I feel like, Ariel's going to be a very happy princess. So looking down on that, that's our floor plan there, little top there, and a couple of pools, and that's Ariel's Sea Castle by NonnyMip, made for the DDV collab hosted by Velvet, based on Ariel's Sea Castle from Dreamlight Valley. This glowing castle is surprisingly cavernous on the inside, cluttered with everyone's favourite kleptomaniac's various finds. There we go, so that's why there's some random finds there. Then that takes us on to the Monstrous House, created by Nasena. Woo. Now this house here is actually one of the skins that is actually part of Dreamlight Valley. So if you have like your house, and you can actually change what the exterior of it looks like, and the monstrous house is one of the skins that you can put on your house, and yeah, change your house to look like, which I thought was really cool. I absolutely loved what Nasena did here with the colors and the different colors on the window, the way that the spandrels and the roof trim have been used in different colors as well, and the beautiful purple plants running up the side of the house, the shape of the roof. I thought that was just absolutely gorgeous. Like, I think this is a beautiful house. Like, I don't think there's anything monstrous about this, to be honest. I thought it was really cute. But like, the mismatched windows and the different colors there, like the different colored chimney and everything like that, like the plants dripping down, the beautiful plants running around the outside of the build as well. I just thought it was like super cute and pretty. Like, I just like look at the name of this monstrous house, and I'm going, I don't think this is monstrous. I think this is pretty. So, I don't know. I'm sure there's a reason why it's called the Monstrous House, but for me, looking at it, I'm just like, aw, it's too pretty to be monstrous. But so we didn't have any characters to live in this house because it is a skin. But man, Messina did a wonderful job of recreating this. And obviously without knowing really what's on the inside, because it'll be up to the player what's on the inside of the house, right? So you can kind of design this how you like. But the purples and the greens are absolutely lovely in here. Like that dining area is just popping. It's just popping. And like the little leaves underneath in terms of the rugs and stuff, lots of books to read, which I love. And then that takes you round into the kitchen, which is really, really pretty. You've got the lovely pink with the curtains coming through, and then like the touches of the green and the black and the white and the brown. It's really pretty. And then like you got the bar there off in the corner. Look at the little bits of clutter there. Thank you very much, Kitchen Clutter Kit. Very handy. But I thought this was a super pretty kitchen. And again, just bringing those colours that were on the outside of the house to the inside of the house, which I thought was really cool. And then this just going back to the hallway because we're about to dive into the bathroom. I love the colours in this bathroom so much. The green and the pink. Is such a good combo. Really, really beautiful. I thought that was an absolute stunner of a bathroom. I love that. Then that takes us upstairs. So this is sort of the upstairs landing area. Pinks and greens again coming through, which I thought was lovely. And then this is quite an eclectic bedroom, which I thought was really cool. Like little bits and pieces here and there, like different colours coming through. And I thought that was absolutely lovely. Just, yeah, a really lovely eclectic kind of vibe. And I thought that was nice with the pinks and the greens again coming through. Lovely. I thought Messina really used those curtains to great effect in this build. And then this bathroom. Oh my gosh. How well does it match the wallpaper? Like, it's so good. I loved it. And then this is on to our second bedroom, which is a nursery. And again, using the pink and the green to great effect in it, and little touches of blues and purples and stuff coming through as well. But this is adorable. Absolutely adorable. The way the shelves are being used, and like that wall shelf in behind the cot there, so good. The honeycomb shelf up there on the wall and the little bits of shelving and bits of clutter around the place, gorgeous. I thought this nursery was absolutely adorable and through. I think this would be a great house just to play in. And that's our floor plan there, looking down on the house, and it's Monstrous House. The Monstrous House from DDLV, made for the Dreamlight Collab, hosted by VelvettB. Thank you, Messina. Honestly, that was absolutely cute and adorable. Next, we move on to Monsters, Inc. So this is a whole new world. And then we move on to Mike and Sulley, who were created by DivanTheSimmer. So this is dun, 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 the fabulous James P. Sullivan, aka Sulley. He is fantastic. Now, we've only got the one swatch in him, one sort of outfit for him, but that makes sense, right? That's his outfit. That's him. That's what he looks like. I thought that was a great representation of him. And then we have Mike. Like, oh my gosh, the creativity to make this guy. It's fantastic. I love how he was done. He's so fun and so cool. And like, again, just like that's his swatch, but that's his outfit, right? That's how he looks. That's who he is. I thought that was a fantastic, wonderful, wonderful job there, Divan. I had a little giggle when I saw them because they're just so fun, such fun characters. So this is Mike and Sulley from Monsters Inc. and it's by DivanTheSimmer. It's Mike Wazowski and Sulley from Monsters Inc., which leads us on to the Monsters Inc. house created by Asphodel Moon. And this is kind of like the dormitories when they went to, I think it's university, if I've got that right, from what Asphodel said. It looks so much like the house that was in the game. I thought Asphodel did a marvellous job with this, and it just suits the Brightchester world really perfectly. So this is on, let me just check. I think it's on the Honeydew something or other lot, if I remember. Honeydew Fields, that's it. Honeydew Fields lot in Brightchester. So it's a 20 by 15 lot, but it's one of those really sort of tall, long and tall kind of buildings. So there's a lot in there because it goes up high, if that makes sense. Now, I know that Asphodel is a big fan of the movie, so she said that she popped like some little Easter eggs in about the build around the place. So I'm curious for those that have seen the movie if whether or not you can spot them along the way. But that's our lovely Sulley going inside. And so this is the the base, well, the ground level really, isn't it? So, it's got like little bits of scuff marks and worn places, and it's a little bit dirty and worn down. And I love the whole vibe of this place, and all the little touches along the way that just made it feel like it was lived in. Maybe a little unkempt, but it's definitely lived in and loved, for sure. Like little touches here and there with the flooring and the walls, the wallpaper, and just like there's some curious items in here as well, which gives it like a little bit of a supernatural kind of vibe with those plants around the place. You're making what's going on in here? And then you go to this bedroom and you see these two hanging out. You're like, yeah, all is not normal. But aren't they cute? And like I love like the little clutter in this bedroom and how adorable it was with these guys in it, just hanging out, and like the posters all over the wall and like the bed and like, yeah, as I said, the little bits of clutter everywhere. Just absolutely perfect. Such a cute dorm. No, see, it's like a dorm bedroom, isn't it? And then that had a little bathroom sitting in next to it, and just giving like little bits of purple in there. I love that. I feel like that really worked quite nicely with the blinds and everything. So yeah, and then we go into the green bedroom, which I don't know. I feel like that's maybe Mike's bedroom. I feel like it might be for him. I think like the colours and stuff kind of like gave the hint to who it might belong to, but maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know. But certainly Sulley was enjoying it. He was enjoying the bedroom. And then that was a little bathroom off to the side there. Lots of little clutter. I love the way the shelves have been used there up above the bedroom. And then this is the third bedroom in here. And this is like the bright blue one. So I felt like maybe this one was the one that belonged to Sulley. Perhaps. I don't know. You tell me. What do you think? Does this one belong to Sulley? I feel like it did, but I haven't actually seen the movie, so I'm not 100% sure. Velvet, yet again, has not seen the movie. And then we've got a little bathroom off the side, a hint of the laundry going on there, which I love. And again, just using the shelves to great effect on the bathroom. And that's our floor plan going down 3 floors there. And that's the Monsters University dorms. Welcome to Monsters University. This dormitory establishment can house up to 3 monsters. Some may be more welcome than others. Do you recognise the current tenants? Lots of Easter eggs for those fans of the movies like me. Well done, Asphodel. I thought that was fantastic. I love the styling of it and how realistic it felt. And then that takes us back through to Dreamlight Valley, where we've got the Snuggly Duckling Tavern. And that's been created by NonnyMip. And isn't it adorable? Now, this was built in Hemford-on-Bagley. I think it's 13 Nettle Lane, I want to say. Let me just double check that. Let me check the address. Yeah, 13 Nettle Lane in Hemford-on-Bagley. So I think that's the lot where you have the vacation rental, I think. Anyway, doesn't it just look perfect here? I feel like it just looks exactly like a country tavern. Like the adorable little wood pile by the side, the ivy running all around, and that lovely ivy sort of lit up archway coming around the front, the little duckling on the doorway, so cute, a little bit of landscaping around the front, and then you go inside and it's just like that perfect country kind of tavern with the stone and the wood and the plaster on the walls. And then we've got Tiana sitting at the fire or standing at the fireplace having a tipple. She's having a good time there. But, when you look at the items that have been chosen on the inside here, I think Nonny's been really thoughtful about what items are in here. Like, we've got the piano for entertainment, we've got the gramophone, we've got the kegs stacked up beside, the wall and the bar, and it's just all sort of, quite oldie time stuff. It's a little bit, non-modern, which I think is absolutely perfect for the style of tavern. So I thought that was really cute. And like the pictures up behind the walls, like the famous patrons. And then we've got the bathroom through here. Now, there were 3 sort of toilets running through this bathroom, but I showed you the largest one, which has the diaper changing station in it, which I thought was really thoughtful. Make it a family kind of tavern outing. And then you can sort of see a bit of a view of the tavern there. Now, there's a little secret in behind the tavern as well, the tavern, the bar. There's a little swimming pool downstairs for the duckies. So you can become a duck in the water down underneath, which I thought was a fun little secret. So here we go here, and then like the different levels there. I thought that was lovely. So it's a Snuggly Duckling Tavern, and that was created by NonnyMip. Got a dream? Share it over a drink at the Snuggly Duckling Tavern in Hemperdon Bagley. The regular patrons may seem intimidating, but everyone loves ducklings. Made for the DDV collab. Thank you, Nonny. And there's just a playtest note. There's a TV in behind the fireplace. Shh. Next, we move into the world of Tangled, and this is Rupunzel, and that was created by PrettyPoisonStef. Isn't she beautiful? Look at that dress on her, the long flowing hair. Obviously, we can't do the Rapunzel here. It would be amazing, but that would be CC. And unfortunately, no CC in this collab. But yeah, she's so pretty and like, so blonde and pretty and pink and just so princessy. She's really quite beautiful. And then this is her formal wear here, just a little bit of sparkle to her evening wear, and I think that makes a lot of sense. Very princessy. Her athletic wear, I love those socks. Those little cherry socks are adorable. Then we have her nightwear, very fancy. But, she is a princess. We're going to have a little bit of fancy in there. And that's her party wear. She's definitely getting ready to have a party with that. She hasn't got the big puffy dress. She's got a little bit of a smaller bustle there. And then her swimwear, which I think is delightful on here. I love that swimwear. It's one of my favourite pieces of swimwear in the game. And then that's her hot weather wear. Look at her. She looks gorgeous and ready to get out there in the garden. And, well, maybe she's trapped in her tower and maybe she can't do that. Whoops, sorry, Rapunzel. No one going to the garden for you. So this is Rapunzel, created by PrettyPoisonStef and for the DDV collab. A few packs there, but she is absolutely gorgeous. Wonderful. And you can find that under hashtag DDV collab as well, which then takes us to Rapunzel's tower, and this was created by RainbowCatMom. Wow, look at this. Isn't this cool? It looks like Rapunzel's castle. I love like the ivy running up the wall, like the tower on top, like the way that that's been done, the room on top is awesome. And look how beautiful this pond is. It just feels really natural. You can see like the dragonflies, you can see the bunny hopping around in the background, and the way the rocks have been done around the pool as well, it's just absolutely adorable. It just feels like it's this tower just situated in the middle of this rural area out in the middle of nowhere. And that's exactly what it should be. And then that's just absolutely perfect with a little bunny and stuff hopping around. Look at you going, little bunny. So cute. I love the way that the top and the roofing's been done there. That is really cool. But then we're going to go have a wee look on the inside. And look, ladders going up. Shocking. You need to climb all the way up to the top of the tower. And then there's like a little bathroom on the way up to the top of the tower, which I think was a cool place to put it. Because there wasn't a lot of room up the top. So, this is the little top area here. And there's just enough room to fit in like the kitchen. And we've got like a little sitting room area. I love the pink. The choice of the flooring and the wallpaper is just adorable. And like mixing and matching like the furniture, it just feels a little bit mismatched, which makes a lot of sense. It's just like an eclectic gathering of all the furnishings that have kind of been given to her over the years as she's been trapped up in her tower. And look at this bedding area. I thought that was absolutely stunning. Just with all the ivy and stuff around there and the windows and the columns and how that all sort of looked together. The little clock and the mirror. Just absolutely gorgeous. I thought, if you're going to be trapped somewhere, at least be trapped somewhere pretty, right? So that's looking down on the tower there. So we've got the bedroom up there, and then that's Rapunzel's tower by RainbowCatMom, and it's for the Disney Dreamlight Valley collab. Thank you very much, RainbowCatMom. That was absolutely stunning and pretty. I love the interior of it. Just gorgeous. And the way you designed it all together. Very clever. Thank you. Then we move on to Encanto. Enchanto? Oh my gosh, how do you say it? This is Mirabel, created by Shelley E1. Oh my god. Can't say words. Oh, Shelley, you've done an amazing job with Mirabel. Look at her. She just looks like her. I love that dress. It is absolutely perfect for her. The little freckles on her nose, the glasses, those little earrings. They're so cute. I thought that was such a perfect outfit for her. Now, she doesn't have a different outfit for every outfit, but she does have a different outfit for her athletic wear, which looks great on her. And then that's her sleepwear. Nice bright purple, which I love. because she does really suit the bright colours. And then that's her swimwear. Again, just using that little splash of bright colour, which looks great on her. And then going into the hot weather wear. Again, the bright colour just looks fantastic on Mirabel. So I think that's great. And I absolutely adored this winter wear. It's just so cozy and family orientated. And that's just her. Mirabel Madrigal. My entry of Mirabel Madrigal from Disney for VelvettB's a DDV collab, and it's by Shelley E1. Thank you, Shelley. That was absolutely amazing. I think you did a great job with limited packs as well. Which then leads us on to the mini Casita, created by Nocturnally Nyx. Amazing. Look at this. It just looks like her house from the Disney game, which I think is amazing. Just like all the little towers and all the different colours, the plants running up the outside. I thought that just looked gorgeous. I love the little cactus planters running in through, and up the walkway up to the house, and a little overgrown fountain there as well. Just all the bright colours and all the mismatched colours, and it just looks so eclectic and absolutely perfect for Mirabel and her home. Absolutely gorgeous. I thought this was stunning, and just all the towers and all the little details up on the roof as well. And then you can look down here and look at this. You can see right into a courtyard. Isn't that cool? And then look at this little seating area out here. You've got like a barbecue, and it's just like all the bright colors, and it's so bright and colorful and lively, and that's just so perfect for for Mirabel. As I said, I mean, she's just such a bright, lively person, and I just love all of the colors running through, like the jungly kind of overgrown effect with all the ivy and everything running down the house. Just the window choices, just absolutely perfect for this, and the different colors with the plants as well, and the trees, just gorgeous. I think the landscaping work is lovely, and just all the outside areas with how it's all sort of different and mismatched just works so perfectly for this style of house, which is very, very bright and eclectic and just full of life and energy. And look, Mirabel's heading inside, so I guess that means we are going to be heading inside too. Look at this. It's the new kit, the Grange Mudroom kit from Peacemaker. It's really lovely and just fits this room perfectly, so that's a bonus. And look at all the beautiful bright colours and the ivy, and then we've got all this beautiful bright yellow courtyard. I love the way that this has been done with the those windows coming up, and then you've got that beautiful fencing from the Enchanted by Nature pack. I thought that was really such a cool, bright, colourful, flowery effect, and I feel like, Mirabel's going to be such a flowery person as well. Loves those flowers and bits and pieces, so loved it. And also this little seating area here, I thought that was just adorable with the different mismatched seating and the different colors running through here, and the plants everywhere. That wonderful flooring as well. Such a good choice in this area. The bathrooms. Can I just talk a little bit about the bathrooms in this build? Using the Jungle Adventure kit tiles was just such a good choice. The dining area, oh my gosh, that tile wall with the picture in the middle, that is such an inspired choice. I loved it. And the yellow. That sings to my little yellow heart. So again, just using like each of the bathrooms, I think had like a different tile in it. And it just every single one looked absolutely beautiful and perfect for this house. So that was such a wonderful choice. Then we go into the kitchen here and look at all of this life and love and heart in this kitchen. I feel like this is the heart of the home here, and you can sort of see all the clutter and the fact that it's going to get used. It's probably the largest room in the house, I think, or one of the larger rooms in the house, and it's just filled with clutter and life and love. There's bits and pieces everywhere, and it looks absolutely fantastic. So I think, it feels like the heart of the home, and that like Mirabel would cook up a storm here, maybe make a big old mess, but man, she would have fun. And you know what? I also really like the fact that not only do we have the kitchen here, but then we've got like a little walk-in pantry as well, which is amazing. With a kitchen that size, you're going to have a lot of have a lot of stuff that you want to put in there, and you're going to be cooking for a large family, so it makes sense to me that you have a walk-in pantry and you need like a little bit of extra room. And then I love the custom little picture up on the stairs, so I just wanted to revisit that. And then we're heading upstairs, so we can sort of see there's a little desk area, a little study area. And look at that, all the bright colours with the blues coming through against the red of the, of the windows. And then this is the courtyard sort of landing area here. This is the upstairs area with all those wonderful paintings. And then that takes us through to our bedrooms with the bright colors. The bright blue and yellow is just stunning. I love it. And like all the, little pictures and little bits of life everywhere just really makes this build fantastic. Moving on to the next bedroom, which has the green, and we're mixing in the pinks and the blues. And with that, again, just really leaning into color. And I think that's just absolutely amazing. Those doors just add this little element of decoration to the room as well, which I think is cool. And then this room, it's enchanting. It's really enchanting. Like, look at it, the purple and the green. It's just so lush and beautiful, and you've got plants everywhere, and it's just so beautiful and decorative. I think that's fantastic. So yeah, gorgeous room. I thought that was absolutely beautiful. And then you've got like the little hint of the plants in here with the flower decorating table and things like that there. So definitely a plant lover living in this house. And then this is another one of the bathrooms. And again, using that beautiful tile. Isn't it just stunning? Using like the little touches of red there. I thought that was gorgeous. And then a second bathroom here, using a little bit more of the pink. And I think it's just as pretty as the red. And then our last bedroom, which is a cute little nursery. This is going to be such a good little family home. And just just how pretty and bright and cheerful it is. I mean, it's just got so much life to it. And I thought it was absolutely wonderful and just really reflected Mirabel's mini Casita. And so mini Casita Encantado, I'm probably saying that wrong, and it's by Nocturnally_Nix. My version of the mini Casita from Disney Dreamlight Valley. It has rooms for Isabella, Luisa, and Mirabel. Mirabel's bedroom is based on the mini Casita from DDLV. For my friend VelvettB. Thank you very much, Nocturnally_Nix. Much appreciated. That was really wonderful. And that takes us to The Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh my. And this is Jack Skellington, and he was created by Shelley E1. So let's take a look at Jack Skellington, the Sims 4 version. This was such a challenge, I feel like. This is one of the more challenging cast creations that we had for this collaboration. There were a few that were quite challenging, and I feel like this is one of them. Just trying to recreate this guy in The Sims 4, I feel like, that's a big ask, and I think Shelley did an amazing job just bringing him to life in a Sims 4 kind of way. So he didn't have a different outfit for every outfit, but this is his athletic wear, which I think is kind of perfect for him. And then moving into his sleepwear, which I absolutely loved. I thought this was such a cool choice. It's kind of suave. And then this is his swimwear. Again, just such a perfect choice for him with the stripes. Just suits him. Then this is his hot weather wear, which I thought was really cool. And then his winter wear, which I absolutely loved as well. So there were some really awesome outfits there for Jack. So well done, Shelley. This is Jack Skellington, DDV, and it's by Shelley E1. And your version, Shelley's version of Jack Skellington for the DDV collab. Thank you so much, Shelley. Only a few packs with him as well. So what an amazing job. You did it. And then that takes us to Jack Skellington's house, which was created by RaviTheRavio. And look at this towering wonder. Ravi did an amazing job with this. Like, this is like quite a challenging shape and quite a challenging build. So this is built in Ravenwood, and I love the fact that it's just kind of, there's a stack of rocks there. And just all the landscaping around just really suits the Ravenwood area. And then just like the house just kind of goes up and up and up. And it just looks so much like the build in Disney Dreamlight Valley. So I really love that, how it came out. And like that little bit to the side is just so well done. So well done. And just the way that the corbels and like the mega hunks and the lanterns hanging down are done. It's just very cleverly put together. And I just was like, oh, wow. When I saw it, I was just like blown away by how amazing this looked. And then you got like the little pumpkins everywhere and just like the the Nightmare Before Christmas kind of vibe going into the house. I mean, look at this. The cobwebs, the books, the pumpkins, the wood on wood, the disused fireplace, and all of the things here. It just looks absolutely incredible. I love how this came together. Like the pumpkin Halloween Christmas vibe that's going on in this house is really, truly fantastic. And then so we're heading up to the next level, which has the kitchen / dining area on it. Again, just pumpkins and cobwebs and all sorts of things everywhere, very much the oranges and browns and blacks, and it just looks fantastic. And then going up to the off to the side there, around the other side, you can sort of see a little bit of storage and some pumpkins. Then we're going up to the next level, which has the Christmas tree there. Love it. And then, you know, some more of the pumpkins as well. So that's that Christmas / Halloween mashup, which I think, you know, this is awesome. And this is the bathroom, which is actually down on the level below. And yeah, I think that looked amazing all together like that, the bathroom. Just with the pumpkins and the cobwebs in it, it just like suited the rest of the house so perfectly. And then this is Jack's bedroom, the grandfather clock, the wardrobe, the fireplace, and pumpkins, pumpkins, pumpkins. I loved it. The candles, the full leaves everywhere. It's gorgeous. That's the sort of the layout of the house. And that's Jack Skellington's home by RaviTheRavio. Jack Skellington's house created for the VelvettB Disney Dreamlight Valley Collab. Please enjoy. Thank you, Ravi. That was amazing. And then that takes us on to the world of the brave. And this is Merida. And this was created by myself, VelvettB. And this is my lovely Merida, or my version of. So I definitely leaned into the green, went in, I guess, as many sort of dresses as I could for all of her outfits, because I felt like in her time frame, you know, it made sense for her to have dresses all of the time, because, you know, women didn't really wear pants so much back then. So yeah, swimwear a little harder to do in that time. But I tried to lean into sort of, you know, she's an adventurous lass, and she's out and about, and, you know, yeah, wearing those dresses. And then we move into her house, also created by me. So this is her little cottage, and it was a lot of fun to try and recreate this. It was definitely a challenge. It took me a couple of tries just to really get this looking the way that I wanted it to look. I kind of wanted to have like levels of kind of the rocks in the garden going down the place. I wanted plants kind of dripping down the roof, and, you know, it's a little bit challenging with some of the angles on the roof getting plants on there, so I did the best I could. And then having like the little different planters around the place, lots of lavenders and purple plants around, like the little wishing well around the back, and, you know, a little seat and some chicken coop and, you know, cute little things. And then moving to the inside, in Merida's house in the game, there's lots of greens and purples, and there's lots of books. So that's basically what the house is kind of kind of based off, is like lots of greens and purples and lots of books. So there's books everywhere, green everywhere, touches of purple here and there as well. And yeah, I just felt like it really suited her. It ended up being a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. So there's actually space for, is it two bathroom? Yes, 2-bathroom. So there's actually space for a guest to be in here as well. So you can actually turn maybe the guest bedroom into a nursery if you wanted to at some point too. And then this is the upstairs area. So this is Merida's bedroom. And I did like an eclectic sort of feel with the bookshelves, like lots of different bookshelves and books everywhere, and the chest there and the fireplace. And I tried to keep the activities kind of era appropriate as well, as best as I could. Anyway, that is our collab. I want to say a big thank you for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed checking out all of these wonderful houses and Sims in this Disney Dreamlight Valley Sims 4 mashup. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.